Wow, I just realized that my microphone was muted, so nobody heard anything that I just said. Well, luckily that there's nothing too big that that just happened. Man, a little bit rushed picking up the casting gig, so it was hard to get everything set up in a in a convenient length of time. Anyway. Got Unwanted right now, pushed back onto their side a little bit, but finally able to put some good damage on Dirty Appomat. These double guard builds really, both 5 spines, both just going back and forth with each other, trying to, it's hard to really kite when you think in terms of kiting. If you have the same range as somebody, you can't really kite them. So you're going to be taking some damage as well. But from the looks of it, as far as farm goes, Nephilim, having pushed Unwanted onto their side of the map right now, have an advantage of almost 200. Upgrades happening right now. Wildfire's out here. Oh, who did I got right here? Yeah, Dirty's gonna have to go back. He is up to burning. He's up to burning now. So maybe this would be a good chance for Unwanted to go ahead and take advantage of them having a ship down. On the outsides, it has been a victory for Nephilim so far. Going with that levy over on the other side and the carrier here. Virtuoso been able to put good ints, also using his lasers to put on JJ Spice, but Spice has gone up, went to 8 tentacles, and grabbed some armor, just out here trying to survive, trying to get his farm up. And over here Wildfire's at his 7 tentacles and 3 armor, fighting Reborn, who's in the 4-3 carrier out here. Taking a look at our farmers, high farmer of the game right now, Wildfire on the outside of that levy. Next high farmer would be JJ Spice and his levy on the other side. And then you got Virtuoso and Reborn probably bringing up the, well, actually Virtuoso's way up there, actually a little bit past JJ Spice now. But Reborn having trouble with Wildfire on this side, so their next best farmer is still him, but he's below 3 of the other guys on the Nephilim side. So very big farm disparity is developing right now, and if you're the Unwanted guys, you want to find a way out of here. Jedi's going to drop the Plague on Zeus, down to about 4,000 health right now, going to be under that after that Plague gets through working, so he is going to have to go back, and Dirty's going to go ahead and go back with him. So here we go. We're a little bit pushed past halfway onto the Nephilim side, but Wildfire just staying out. Still got all that HP, and he is just so bothersome right now for Reborn. Probably really frustrating in this face-off. Reborn has to try to get away from those tentacles and have those interceptors coming in along with the farm so that they can kind of get some help against Wildfire over here. But he is at level 7 tentacles, so he's off to a really good start. JJ Spice is off to a good start too. He went ahead and grabbed some armor to try to deal with this interceptor situation he has, but Kira is back out here with corrosive acid and causing trouble for JJ Spice and anybody else who comes up to the middle. Now we've got all the way back to the towers of Unwanted right now. They're going to go in and grab some upgrades. Reborn comes out. He decides he wants to go onto the other side and maybe face off against the carrier a little bit. Up to 11 on his interceptors, was able to grab a little shield for giggles. And JJ Spice going to come out on the other side. Doesn't look like he's grabbed any range. Nothing missile related right now. Grabbed his rapid regen. Already had that armor. Now you see Nephilim's going to go ahead and move back. And this will be a good opportunity. Well, Nephilim's going to try to hold middle. This will be a good opportunity for Unwanted to try to catch up. We're looking at 975 on the farm for Unwanted and over 1300 for Nephilim right now. So it's getting a little bit serious. That disadvantage is significant. And they're going to have to try to get somebody, catch somebody out or something. Because at this point, you know, it's looking like they need a comeback. Just because of that farm difference is so big right now. So we'll see what they do. There's the Scourge coming out. Was affected by that that storm that Lullard dropped. Nice storm. Dropped that storm right in front of a Guardian's face while he's launching a Scourge. You hit the Scourge and you hit his face. So it's always good to hit people's faces, regardless what it is you're trying to hit their face with. JJ Spice is out here against Kira, who's dropping the corrosives. Gone to 7 on his needles. Hasn't plussed up his range too much yet. Ooh, Reborn gets a little bit aggressive. He's a little bit too far on the other side. Now he's getting turned on. He's got Acid Splash on him. Wildfire's out there with Regen and Acid Splash. Up to 11 on his tentacles. Got the tentacles on him, and it's going to be tough. Mighty Mac is shielding him. Might be a little bit close. Yeah, they're going to pull off. That just wasn't enough DPS to take him down right now. So Reborn is going to make it back to base. Go ahead and get some upgrades. And Zeus is burning and plagued right now. So he's definitely going to have to run out of here. Now the energy on Lullard is not that high, and Zeus is hurting. Oh, what a turnaround for Unwanted right now. Taking out Zeus. Despite that Arbiter support. No E shields, but he dove pretty hard. And that cost him. That's a huge. I mean, it's, you know, a destroyer. It's something that you'd rather lose instead of losing, say, your carrier or something. But those Scourges did the trick, took him down. Farm right now is still heavily in the advantage of Unwanted, 1400 to 11 to about 1200. But that lack of the destro is going to definitely cause things to change in the center of this map. Wildfire is going to stick outside. Let's see what they did now. Okay, got both carriers across from each other. Wildfire is, where are you, Wildfire? Where are you hiding at? Wildfire, did you die, Wildfire? What is going on right now? Anyway, Wildfire's not over here. I'm looking for, there he is. Okay, that was bad. Fighting JJ Spice. Looks like JJ went with a lot of hit points over here. So he's got some survivability. Wildfire's rocking no upgrades on the Ball Swarm right now, but he does have better. Oh no, he has the same range. And JJ Spice grabbed some of that too. So let's look at farm. JJ Spice up to 278, and Wildfire is out to 343, so some advantage there. Wildfire has got more built into his missiles, I mean his tentacles, than his Bile Swarm right now, so that's where that farm advantage is basically at. Over here, Virtuoso is up to 18 on his interceptors, and across from him, well, was Reborn. Reborn's going into upgrade right now at his 12 interceptors. Probably going to see those take a little bump, an increase. Mighty Mac has grabbed his Chrono Boost, so he's in here with these Guardians who are both scourging for Unwanted, and going to try to increase the amount of those they get off. Unwanted Jedi is still just rocking the Plague right now. Does have a Parasite on him currently, so they're going to try to escape some of these plagues a little bit easier. Wildfire has upgraded up to level 6 on his Bile Swarm right now, and JJ Spice is only at 5. So there's a little bit of that farm advantage showing itself. And other than Parasite and that Corrosive we saw Kira with, the Guardians don't have other upgrades, but looks like they're coming in, going to grab them now. Up to 11, well, up to 11 on the needles for Kira. Looks like Dirty's not going to take any, but we'll see what he does when he comes out. Unwanted's going to try to soak up a little bit of farm right now, make some money. See where the farm's at right now. Unwanted at 1500 and Nephilim at 1780, so still holding the advantage despite the fact that they are down a ship. But Unwanted should have cause to have a lot of hope for eventually overtaking that farm lead and taking over this game if they can manage to stay at a ship advantage for long enough. So we'll see what happens. On the outside carrier battle, Reborn has gone. Oh no, he didn't increase any of his interceptors, but he did grab warp in, grab a little bit of energy across from those 18 level Virtuoso interceptors. Now here's a big push on that guy. He's got corrosive on him, but he's getting chrono boosted out of there. Nice chrono boost gets him on the escape. That 1.51 can be dangerous to have against these two Guardians. One of them's 1.7, the other one's 1.6. They're gonna looks like they're gonna start going with broods, but they're still fully able to run down these unwanted Guardians who are currently at slower speeds. 1.5 for that guy and 1.6 for Rar. Mighty Mac's gonna have to keep those boosts coming because these Guardians over here on the Nephilim side are gonna play aggressive. And they're going to play the kills to the body. Looking at the Levy battle on the outside, JJ Spice still at 8 on the Tentacles right now. Up to 8 on the Bile Swarm. Range 9 and range 9. So, yeah, they're just duking it out here, basically. Wildfire's at 1,500 hit points, though, with his 3 armor. And over here, JJ Spice 5 armor. Still sitting at that 14,200 hit point that he was at when we checked the battle last time. Alright, we got Broodlords coming out. What are these Broodlords? Are these, nobody over here has Broodlords, so this must be a, yeah, this is a Swarm Command. So we've got the Swarm Command started so far. Virtuoso definitely caught. Way too far forward. There you see he's already, you know, he's giving up on life right now. Wildfire's going to warp in and see if he can manage to put enough damage on somebody. There's the corrosive. Rorwis is definitely going to die. Wildfire in the Levy just coming up. Tentacles on him. Alright, so we got a trade right now, but we're still a ship up for Unwanted. And very, very painful losing your outside ship like that. Virtuoso could have done a lot of damage with all those interceptors. As you can see, they're probably a little bit let down by that. Yeah, he looks to be upset. So 4 ships to 5. Right now, Unwanted is still down by 100 farm, but you can definitely expect that to change. JJ Spice gonna push Dirty back out of here a little bit. That plague is on him and everything, so he's got to get out of there. Broodling's up to 6 right now, trying to get enough farm. Right now he's sitting at 350, so not enough to really make a huge brood, advantage right now. He'll keep working on it. Wildfire's up to 425 on his energy, so just spamming that rapid regen, trying to get that acid spray out there, and also hefty on the Bile Swarm right now, level 10 compared to JJ Spice, level 8. Right now, JJ Spice is trying to keep up. If you look at the high farmer is Wildfire, of course, sitting up at 550 almost, and then the next highest actually going to be, looks like Reborn. In the carrier for Unwanted, sitting at 440, and then JJ Spice is down at 400 right now. So he is gonna have a hard time just going toe to toe with Wildfire right now. But there have been some good teamwork, coordinated attacks done by Unwanted up to this point in the game, and we have no reason not to expect those to continue. So ship advantage, and I'm guessing if I look right now, there you go, the farm is even, and Unwanted should continue to gain and get that advantage. Dirty Appomat comes out. He has, what'd you do, Dirty? Looks like he just added a range. Lillard's got Cloak. He's also got Force Fields. And, whoa, that guy, once again, that guy is a target. And I'd be very concerned if I was him. He's still at 1.5. This is obviously why he's a target. He drops the Scourge out and he's going to go back. I would be so surprised if they don't send him back to get that other speed right now. He's super, super squishy at this point in the match. No armor. Only grabbed a couple of HP ups. He's got to go get more speed or it's gonna get ugly. I think Nephilim has identified the fact that he is slower than everyone right now, so they probably want to eat him up before this thing gets too far out of hand. Mighty Mac looking at that pretty standard right now, just trying to get his energy up right now. Probably hasn't had the chance to really farm the same as everyone else. You can see low farm of the game, but doing some good support with those chrono boosts. Probably saved that guy more than once, and he's gonna go in and grab some more energy right now. Keep spamming those abilities. No chance to be denied over here, as Nephilim doesn't have any energy denial capabilities. So there you have the energy denial advantage is going to be strongly on the Unwanted side. Could do feedback if the carrier's getting out of hand. Siphon for anybody else who decides they want to use energy. So with nobody to combat that on the Nephilim side, it's going to be a tough uphill battle for Nephilim to regain control of this now. There are the force fields, going to be very helpful. Looks like the Arbiter is going to stick around Kira. Kira's going to try to get those broods up. Oh, Kira's already bought brood lords, so he's only got level 5 broods so far and 275 energy, but he's ready to start laying them down if it becomes necessary, and he's going to fight across from JJ Spice, try to keep him denied, while Wildfire comes over to fight across from Reborn. Wildfire looks like he's going in to grab upgrades of some kind, up to 14 on that Bile Swarm. So let's see if Mighty Mac's got force fields now. Nope, Mighty Mac does not have force fields. Doesn't look like they grabbed Dark Swarm either. Yep, no, they don't have that yet. So we'll see what they do about Wildfire's missiles. They definitely don't want to have those go unchecked. That could get out of hand. JJ Spice doing his own good missile boat over here with 12 on his Bile Swarm, but he only has 8 tentacles right now compared to Wildfire's 11. So Wildfire's still trying to keep up the one-shotting on the tentacles right now. And okay, here we got Kira's gonna start plopping down some brood lords. He's got his anabolic synthesis. Just 275 energy, so not a lot of broodlords coming out yet compared to this swarm command that's got these level 4 broodlords coming out, accompanied by some corruptors sitting at level 2 right now. There's a big launch from Reborn on Kira, and he has got a plague on him too, hurting bad. Kira is on his horse right now trying to run away. There's the storm, try to get those mutas off of him. Taking a lot of damage right now, but that tower's going to help him out on his way back to the base and heal. So that was close. Wildfire gets a corruption landed. Oh, gets a, what is that? A contaminate landed on him. Frenzy's on out of there. Everybody's safe and sound right now. A couple kind of close calls for Nephilim, but good reactions to get themselves out of there before any other shenanigans happen to them. Let's look at that guy. He's got his Scourge, as you saw before. Broodling's up to 4 right now. I guess going to be developing those. 6 on his needles. JJ up to 13 on the Bile Swarm. Jedi has, as you saw, he grabbed that Contaminate. He's up to 350 on his energy right now. Definitely going to want more than that for the future. Big push on JJ Spice right now. Wildfire knows he's got to get rid of this guy. It might be getting too powerful if they start catching up in the farm the way that they have and taking that farm advantage. And let's see what Reborn's doing. We saw that Interceptor launch. He's up to 18 on those Interceptors right now. Grab 4 ups on the shield, a little bit more survivable. So it's getting to where you can tell that the Unwanted guys are getting strong, and you got about an advantage of what, 200 almost on the farm. It's only slowly expanding that farm lead because Nephilim is doing a good job of keeping up as far as the farming goes, but now they're pushed in and taking a lot of damage. So they're gonna definitely try to find somebody to focus right now so that they can get these guys out of here. I know Jedi is full health and the Overlord just hanging out. Parasite's still on him, but that Swarm Command's coming out and helping a great deal. Now, it is going to hurt the farming capabilities of Unwanted somewhat, as those mutas and things come up and kill a creep. But it's but it's great for keeping the initiative against the other team. They got to fight against those. They got to fight against your creep, and they got to fight against like all these random little minions. They might not necessarily be that strong, but obviously they get stronger and stronger as the game goes on, and it makes a difference. So Swarm Command, definitely something that I think is underrated nowadays, because it's hard for some people to really see those little things adding up to give an advantage to the other team. They just see the big things and think about metagame numbers. Alright, let's look at these broods right now. Level 6 on the broods. So Kira's obviously just wanting to make more money. And Dirty's gone up to 18 on his needles.
Upgrade complete.
So that's going to be your interceptor defense. Lillard's out with 425 on his energy. Chrono boosting. Dropping force fields as necessary across from him. Mighty Mac also has force fields. JJ Spice has gone up to 15 on his Bile Swarm and 10 on his Tentacles. And while we weren't looking, Wildfire just got busy on Reborn. Wow. So that's a huge blow to Unwanted right now. Reborn probably just didn't respect the strength of this 15 Tentacle, 14 Bile Swarm Leviathan out here. Wildfire obviously frenzied on him and just melted him. Wow, you didn't see any kind of reaction, like someone was in trouble or anything. Now let's look at the farm now. Yeah, over 2,600 for Nephilim and 1,900 for Unwanted. So very painful. The highest farmer for Unwanted just went down, and those interceptors were getting real powerful for Reborn. That's got to really hurt in terms of your morale. But I mean, this thing ain't over. And it's something that the Unwanted guys can overcome as long as they play with good teamwork, as they've been doing for most of this game. See what Wildfire's going to do. Looked like he was warping. Yeah, but then they decided they weren't going to be able to push that, so he's staying out here. He's across from that Arbiter. That Arbiter doesn't want to get too close to that, so he's just free farming in there. There's the Contaminate. Looks like that missed. He's got a Parasite on him. Lully's going to go in and try to upgrade. No more broods upgraded right now for Dirty App. Jedi drops the good old Plague on him. Jedi also has his Psy Blast right now, not really upgraded, so he's going to go out here and try to farm up, get that thing more powerful. That's a good way to try to fight against Wildfire. The only problem is you turn around, try to blast that Psy Blast. If you're not shooting at max range, which he isn't yet, he could get eaten up. There's Wildfire gonna frenzy right now. He sees that Overlord, and he wants to nom. He's rolling in there, 1.6 on the speed, and yeah, there's the warping. So this is bad for Unwanted right now. If they make it out of this, then I will be really impressed. There goes the force fields, doing a great job getting those force fields down, and that's a good escape by Unwanted right now. That guy's gonna get on his horse and get out of there. He's up to 1.6 on his speed, and Wildfire is gonna have to wait and feed another day. Nice job by Unwanted getting out of there, escaping that. Let's look at what the farm doing right now. 2120 for Unwanted and 2860 for Nephilim. So getting a little sizable of that farm advantage. Wildfire's got to be huge. Yeah, he's approaching 1,000 for his score. And JJ Spice is the hope for Unwanted right now at 660 on his, but he even has less than Kira the Guardian for Nephilim, who's popping those broods right now. I think he's gone back to upgrade them yet. No, hasn't upgraded the broods, bought some other stuff. and warped in for that chase right then. Let's see what these guards are at for speed. Looks like both guards, well, no, 1.6 and 1.7 for the Guardians right now. Lillard's out, 450 on his energy. Here's a Scourge from that guy. Gonna try to bother Wildfire a little bit and get him out of there, but that acid spray just melts that. Very strong counter to Scourge. Just dropping that acid spray doesn't even cost that much, and pretty much nullifies that Scourge, as you just saw. Looking at 13 on the Broods for that guy right now. He's contented to keep firing Scourge even though they are not doing anything. Hopefully we see him start busting out some Broodlords and getting some chrono boosts to try to get more of an initiative for the team right now, because not really getting too much farm, staying pushed back, but he's trying to take advantage of that Parasite and range on that Scourge, and it's just not working. Now he does have level 13 Broodlings, and he's got spawn Broodlords, so I don't know. He's using all his energy doing that Scourge. Alright, in the middle, a little bit of a push on Lullard right now. Dropping those force fields so that level 15 Bioswarm doesn't hurt him too much. Up to 15,800 on the hit points for JJ Spice, while Wildfire is at 17,000. JJ Spice also does not have Frenzy right now. So a very important thing to note, that despite the fact that he's got some decent DPS, should be a force to be reckoned with if anybody except Wildfire ends up in a one-on-one with him. He's not really going to be able to kill somebody as quickly as they need until he grabs that Frenzy and starts popping that out there. In general, Unwanted needs to take advantage of that energy war advantage that they could have in order to keep these Nephilim guys back on their heels. So we'll see what they do. Swarm Command should be getting pretty tough at 40, but when you got Dirty, I think his needles are probably up over 20 right now. Kira comes out, no upgrades to the Broods yet. Wildfire using 19 on his tentacles, so they can fight against some Swarm Command pretty well. Of course, Lullard has Storm. He's grabbed Phantom. You can see he's got the Phantom Kira coming out here. Here's Dirty in there. Nope, stayed at 18 for his needles, but he's decided to start upping his Broods as well. So that's what Nephilim's gonna do. Obviously, just try to spam those Broods out here. And that guy is, what's he doing? Dropping any Broods yet? Not quite dropping any Broods yet. Looks like he's still using Scourge, perhaps. Wildfire starts working on that tower, but there is the force field, so Unwanted's not ready to give that thing up. Here are the Broods. JJ Spice does get Frenzy, comes out, decides, okay, I'll try out this Frenzy, but then he gets melted. Runs into a sea of Broodlords and doesn't make it out after Wildfire gets a chrono boost and just gets busy on him. So that's probably their last hope on the Unwanted side as far as this game. But we'll see if they can maybe pull some trickery, maybe a base snipe, catch somebody on the Nephilim side derping. Still a lot of things that could happen, so they're not going to give up on it right now. Let's see what they come out with. And now another thing, they've got an Arbiter, as you see the Warp Prism go down right now. Those Broods getting a little bit hard to deal with. See Mighty Mac taking plenty of damage. They've got an Arbiter, but since they don't have Phantoms, they are not using a Phantom Overlord to double the Swarm Command. Another thing that they probably want to think about doing in order to reduce some of that advantage that they currently have. There you see the Phantom Tricks Jedi. He Psyblasts the shit out of it. The Psyblast is up to 1700 right now, so doing some decent damage. Not only is it at 1700, but as you can see, that's a plus 490 biological. So there is something to worry about if you're Kira and Dirty. I mean, you can't just do anything you want to. But kind of surprising. 30 was kind of the spines specialist, and now he's got more broods as well. And there are the broods just, you know, bothering everybody on the unwanted side right now. Can't really defend well against them unless you keep your lasers up really well, and that guy's only got 8 on his needles right now. 17 on those brood lords, just not enough of them coming out. At 375 energy is going to need much more to effectively use these broods. So let's see what he does right now. Popped his anabolic. There's another brood lord, but yeah, they've got twice as many brood lords on the other side to deal with. So despite the fact that they're doing much more damage than any individual brood, it's still too much to overcome the advantage on the unwanted side right now. The tower's going to stay safe for a little bit. As you can see, it hasn't taken any hull damage yet. Wildfire's going to go ahead and stick out here and make more money. Let's see what the farm is looking like. Wildfire up over 1,300 right now. Closing in on 900 is Dirty Apomat and Kira in the Guardians. So you can expect those broods to just get overwhelming. Unwanted is going to have to try to make something happen and make it happen quick. There's the Contaminate on Phantom Kira. And there he's going to go ahead and yeah, Side Blast and Plague Phantom Kira. They think that they're chasing. There's Phantom Dirty, and broods are going to go ahead and attack him. So yeah, those Phantoms working out pretty well. Wildfire just, you know, more money, more money, more money. Phantom goes down, and here you see, yeah, Jedi's going to need to regen a little bit of health. He has not taken any health ups, and he's only taken 1 armor. So at this point in the game, extremely squishy. He does have decent energy. He's got good upgrades on his Side Blast. He's able to do some things offensively, but defensively he's a huge liability right now, especially since he's only at 1.6 speed. So he's gonna want to get a little bit safer, or at least just something that he can escape a little bit better with, because these broods hurt when they latch onto you, and if he gets a corrosive in some of those broods, they'll probably just go down, period. Wildfire encroaching on the side of Unwanted right now. Nephilim's gonna go for this tower. This tower is just getting the business right now, and there you go. So both towers down right now on the Unwanted side. We'll see them try to turtle up in the base. And as far as farm goes, yeah, 1,900 over here and 4,400 over here. So really hard to overcome. As you see, the Troll Blast from Jedi, maybe just a like a kind of giggly, trolly kind of way to go out. Wildfire's gonna come in and get those tentacles. Get those tentacles rocking, those ball swarm. 21 on the tentacles right now. As the lag indicates, there's a lot of things going on here. But you're seeing the end of game number 2 of week 10 or 11, whatever week this is, of TSL. And we will be back momentarily for game 3. So if anyone's even watching this, keep watching it.